First up on today's agenda, we are shopping for jars. So RJ, take note, there are a lot of options out there and I think I have found the perfect one. So not sure exactly how big it is, but it was the biggest one available and it's 10 Australian dollars. Perfect. So on the way back from picking out a perfect jar for today's project, we have stopped in at the local lake. And how is the serenity? Absolutely beautiful. So the idea is that we would stop in here and collect some water for the project as well. A little bit of a bonus as well. Not sure if you can really see them in the footage. However, there is hundreds of little baby fish in this lake. So no idea what they are, but let's see if we can get some. Well, would you look at that? We've been able to catch some babies. So this wasn't a very hard process. What I actually did is just put the bucket in the water and then just scooped it up. And well and behold, we've got a few babies in there. So there's about 4 babies of one type of fish and one other random. Now we've been able to collect the water and a couple of babies. We just place them in the car and we are ready to head home and get on with the project. Yay! So I'm sure you're probably wondering what this is all about, but today, yes, we are making a jar. So it is going to be an ecosystem jar and it's really just to support our mate RJ, a bit of a challenge. We have been trying to motivate him over the last couple of weeks to get back into, the fish hobby and, just start off with a jar. It's as simple as that. And so RJ, this one is for you. So obviously, I've gone out and collected my jar, which you've seen this morning. And then we've also got some inhabitants, which that wasn't completely expected, but I love it. And what else you're going to need is you're going to need some soil substrate. And then I've also got some sand to cap over that soil to begin with, as well as also some plants. So these plants I did harvest from another tank out the back. So this is going to be a really budget system build thing, whatever you want to call it. We've also got some stones and a little bit of driftwood as well, RJ. So note that down. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the jar and let's just put the lid to the side. Now we get our substrate. So this is from one of my other tanks as well. So it might not have a lot of nutrients in it, but it is going to be really good for this build. So let's just whip it. There we go. You don't need too much, so we'll just pack it down, that soil. Yep, so it's mixed in with a little bit of gravel as well. It's just going to give a nice, nutritious base for, the plants to grow in as well. And so because it's not going to have a light, this is going to be a low-tech setup. All of these plants, so they did come from my outdoor tank that has been growing really well with just sunlight. And the jar is going to go just here in the middle of the room. So it's going to get some nice, bright, open light, and hopefully that should be sufficient. So let's just get back to it, shall we? And next up, we've got our sand. So it's probably about just over 1 cup of sand. And we'll just go ahead and add that in there. Oh, there we go. We've got a little bit of bark in there. So we'll just take that out. And then we're just going to go in and just pack it down a little bit. Some people like to make it a little bit, different on each side. So let's just do that. Let's just bring it up at the back a little bit. Actually, no, we don't want to do that because it's going to be in the middle of my table. We probably want it to be more just in the middle and not really. There we go. That'll do. I probably should have also taken that sticker off first, but we'll get that off later. And next up, what we want to do is probably go in with the driftwood. So this is a lovely piece of driftwood that I did get off Temu at one point. So it was about $2. That's Australian dollars. And we'll just put that in there just like that. Oh, that's just perfect. It looks a little bit like a tree, it's just coming out, which is just beautiful. And now we'll just get our rocks. Let's just place this one over here. Oh, they're a little bit big, so we might not need all of them. And we'll add this one in at the front. I hope I'm not going too fast for you, RJ, or anyone else as well. You can rewind and go back and look at some steps if needed. So I reckon we'll just place this one over here. Just really pack it in like that. And maybe just one more at the front here. Oh, no, actually, I think that's enough. So now that we've done that, I probably need some tweezers. I didn't really think about this. Yeah, anyway, let's just go in. That one's probably a little bit too big anyway, so it is going to flow out. Let me just go find some scissors. So let's just go in. This one here is Val, and it's Jungle Val, so it does get quite long. So we'll just give it a little bit of a haircut. That way it's just going to fit in the jar nicely, just like this. See? Perfect. And now let's just go in. Oh, just squeeze it down in there. That's perfect. It'll find its way. And we might just do one more, I reckon. So again, we'll just give it a little bit of a haircut. That way it will grow nice and long anyway. And I reckon we just put that one, let's just take the driftwood out for now. And we'll just put this one in over in the back here as well. You just really need to shove it down, RJ. It's really not that hard. Just like that. Perfect. And now we've also got, I don't know the names of these ones. I just know that they, grow quite well without much love. So this one's quite long. So let's just break that one up. Actually, it looks like we've got two different types here. So let's just put that one back down. There we go. See, RJ? Perfect. And I reckon this one can just, I think that rock's just a little bit too big maybe for this setup. So let's just pull that one out. And we'll just go in over here, shove it down. Oh, beautiful. And now I think this one is actually called Bacopa at the top of my head. And again, it grows really well with not that much love. So we've got a few stems of that here. And let's just put it together. Maybe we'll break it down a little bit more. There we go. We'll just clump it all together like that. Got another piece here. And again, I think this one can probably go over this side. So just over here. Again, we'll just put it at the back. Perfect. Just like that. And got a couple more pieces of this one. So let's just go in over here. So it doesn't have to be anything too elaborate, RJ. You just need a few plants. I have no idea what this is. I think it's just a weed of some sort, maybe some, I don't know, it could be guppy grass. It's something that I never actually bought, but it did just, end up in one of my tanks. So let's just put that in at the end, actually. Let's put the driftwood back in. Here we go. Perfect, just like that. Lovely. Now we've got that last rock can just go over like that. And now what some people like to do is they like to put something down first. That way we don't disrupt the substrate. So let me just find something that's going to work. So we've got this nice little lid. Let's just squeeze it in like that. There we go. And now we're just going to go in and just start adding our water. So this is fresh water that came from the local lake, as you would have seen. So we want to get a little bit in there first because we do want to get these babies out as well. So this is going to be, as I said, low tech. So there's not going to be a filter, but you do have the plants. And some people are probably going to go, well, you can't put, fish or anything like that in straight away, but it's okay. This is, good substrate. And there's high chances that these are invasive pest baby fish anyway. Not really sure what they are. They could be maybe some wild pearl cichlids. Because some arsehole has, gone and just put them in our waterways at one point. But who knows? We'll just let them grow up and see what, comes from them. And then if they do get too big for the jar, a little bit like a betta. You shouldn't put a betta fish in, you know, small jars or anything like that either. We can just move them into a bigger tank if I want to keep them. Otherwise, if they are just like an invasive species or something like that, we can just make some dog food. So I guess it's a little bit of win-win. All right, here we go. All right, so they don't want to come out, but that's okay. We might just let this settle for a bit. Oh, look at that. Oh, we do have one in there. A little baby. So I obviously didn't need to acclimate them because they were already in the water from the pond lake that they came from, which is perfect. So let's see if I can get a couple more. No? All right, we've got a better idea. Out you go, little boy. There we go. There we go. So I probably need to go in and just tidy this up a little bit, but as you will see, just like that, RJ, we've got a jar.